Hi. Um, Today we are going to look at should we correct our children's mistakes or not. I'm going to share a small story. Have you heard about these phrases from children? I am get upping, I am switch offing, or I am pick upping things. Obviously, these are wrong from grammar perspective. But today we are going to look at should we correct or should we not. Let's look at what else is possible. My name is Prabhat Mandal and I have been a parenting coach for last 13 years and have been dwelling into these kind of questions, helping parents come up with their own choices and stand by them. Today I'm going to look at it, but in the meanwhile let me see how many people are joining. Obviously it's late in India, but let me share so that it's visible to a lot more people. Let me see. I'm taking a few minutes here to see how many people are live. Can I see on the screen? Okay. Okay, it is visible here. Okay, so screen is visible so that I have, if questions are there, I can look at it. So, the question about whether children make mistakes, should be correct or not. So, from grammar perspective, yes, these phrases are wrong. Okay, now let's look at what if we correct them. We have a choice, we correct them, tell them the correct form, the phrase, they will pick it up, obviously. But look beyond this. Look at where are they coming from. Obviously, we have not taught these phrases or these forms. If we had taught, they would have picked up the right thing. But they have not. They have invented it, manufactured it. And I look at it as, wow, that's a fantastic quality. Children are manufacturing their own grammar forms, maybe right or wrong, that doesn't matter. But they are inventing, they are manufacturing, and they use it proudly. They don't hesitate it. Right? If we look at this quality that they are inventing things, they are manufacturing things, and all invention and manufacturing requires bit of hypothesis in their mind. That means they have a hypothesis in their mind, variety of it. Okay, if we let them retain their hypothesis, their own attitude of invention and manufacturing, sooner or later, tomorrow or day after tomorrow or sometime in near future, they will come across the right grammar form and they'll think. They'll analyze again and then see which one to pick up, which one to drop. That means sooner or later they are going to learn the right grammar forms, so-called right grammar forms, on their own. But the whole attitude of invention, attitude of having lots of hypotheses and validate them, work on them, experiment them, and have the courage to change the hypothesis tomorrow, have new set of hypotheses. This will be retained. Don't we think this will actually give a lot of confidence to the child tomorrow to experiment more when they come across maybe much bigger problems, much more life problems in the society, in the world. And they will not hesitate having some hypothesis, go and validate them. That means they are trying to solve the problem on their own right from scratch. And in the whole process, they will learn a lot of things, which they might be knowing it, they may not be knowing it, learn from the books, from people, from experiments, by making mistakes, from others' mistakes, variety of means. All it is that they are open to all the learnings because we have retained the whole channel of being open. Look at the flip side. If we had corrected them, they would have picked up the right grammar form but lost the ability to invent and manufacture. This is not only in grammar form. I'll share a small story of one of my friends. His name is Sachin Dhariwal. He's in Hyderabad. We met about 10 or 11 years back. Couple of years back, if I remember, about one and a half year back, he called me to his home. He invited there and showed me his daughter's English notebook. And obviously in that page, there were a lot of red circles. And he was asking me, what should we do with it? Is it right? Is it wrong? Or should we live with it? Should we ignore it? Should we correct it? What is that we can do with it? I looked very closely on that, and there were a lot of spelling mistakes. And each one of those spelling mistakes had a unique characteristics. If you just look at the spelling of the child, the manufactured by the child, sound is not wrong, sound is correct. But the spelling that is dictated or showed by English dictionary or so-called right spelling is not matching with it. And that's why teacher had done a lot of red circles. My simple suggestion to my friend was, don't worry, your child is extremely intelligent because your child is manufacturing these spellings, and that itself shows that one has the ability to do that. No ordinary skill. It's an extraordinary skill. Okay, now whose fault is this? It's not the fault of the child. If psychology starts with P, a child cannot do much. It's not a phonic word. It's not coming up. Right? So, if English is not a phonic language, child will eventually learn it. It's not that child will stay with the wrong spelling forever. Eventually, we'll figure out, learn it. Let's not break our head. Let's be happy with it. The child has the ability to manufacture things, and that's a great intelligence. Do we come across with our children in the family, around, if you're a teacher, in your classroom, many instances when children are making these kind of mistakes and we are after correcting them at every opportunity? If we take a step back and let the child learn through it, discover the right, so-called right thing on their own. I'm using so-called right because this right and wrong whole concept itself is context and time sensitive. How I prove it? Earth was flat at some point of time. And later, it is not. So, what was right is not right anymore. That's why I'm using right and wrong with a lot of caution. So, do we want our children to develop as inventors who take and have the courage to have hypotheses and validate them, or simply learn the right thing and go on with it? It's a choice, and this choice helps our children develop in fantastic ways. All right, so today I have this much to share in today's session. I know it was a long gap from last Facebook Live. A lot of feedback came, a lot of suggestions came. I picked up all of them. A lot of constructive feedback came. Feel so blessed that people are offering me constructive feedbacks upfront on the face. And they have so much of love and concern for me. Thank you so much, all of them who have offered me constructive feedbacks. I will be regular on Facebook Live with my own experiences, my own learnings every day with children, my children, many other children, and today's discussion also is from interaction with my children. So Hopefully it was good value for your time, and stay tuned for many more such interactions. I'll share whatever I learn every day. All right. Thank you so much. If you like it, if it is touching you, please just not only share, but share your experience as well. When and how you took a step back and did not correct your child. And how did you feel? How did your child feel? Please share these things also, and obviously share this video with your friends if you think this could help your friends as well. Thank you so much. Good night.